単位は5のテスト
Hello everybody, my name is Drake.
And I'm Grant.
And together we are JOJOLands. Oh, it's that time again. It's the time of the month where we review JOJOLands, and everything, it just feels so much more wonderful. It's also close to Christmas. Everything's feeling feeling good, feeling jolly. Even we're having a good time over here.
Did you realize this is the 9+10 chapter?
I think it is. I think it's the funny number. Different from all the other funny numbers we could possibly reach. If we ever somehow get a chapter 420, that would be I don't know, that we would be like 70 at that point.
We'll get chapter 69, so that's close enough.
Yeah, let's hope we reach there. But I'm just saying.
And I'm looking at the title page right now, and we have to mention this.
Yes.
That JoJo Day is going to be on April 12th.
Yes, this is a bit. We are in a big time for JoJo. There's been a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, I mean, this past year, it felt like the series was in a little bit of hibernation. Like, the true JoJo Overdrive patriots were reading it month to month, but, a lot of the, Golden Wind type fans, you know who they are. they're not exactly reading this month to month. So with this new JoJo Day event, which specifically says, the JoJo animation series up till now and from here fan event. Guess what? There's only one thing to go from here.
Steel Ball Run, also known as more Rohan chapters. That's what they're doing. They're gonna do more Rohan chapters animated. That's definitely what's gonna happen.
I actually genuinely, because of how they're phrasing it, I do. Obviously, it's gonna be Steel Ball Run, but I wouldn't be shocked if they did a movie too, even if it was I don't even know, like a recap movie or something. Because I know there was that weird thing where they asked people to like pick 4 episodes of Golden Wind or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember this? Maybe that probably was just a Japan only thing, but that was just weird. But you never know. Purple Haze feedback movie incoming.
Hey, there's lots of things they can do. It's going to be Steel Ball Run though, so
it is going to be Steel Ball Run. Yes.
That's a while from now though.
Johnny and Gyro.png.
We have until April to discover whether or not we'll get a Johnny.png that will be used for a year.
Then after like a year, the JoJo Overdrive news updates will come back.
Exactly.
We haven't done those in a while.
Expect those videos in April to appear so we can farm the views. Anyways, it's JoJoLands. It's JoJoLands. We're here. We're in the JoJoLands. What did you guys think about the chapter? Be sure to leave it in a comment below. We love reading it and we love engagement. Oh yeah, also Twitter is in the description. We post a lot of updates on Twitter and when videos are going to come out, and we do special stuff on Twitter very occasionally. So if you're really cool, Twitter's in the description. Go follow it. Pretty significant chapter.
This had a ton of setup
stuff.
And just a lot of stuff to unpack and theorize about. This feels like we're going into the next quarter of the series.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're definitely gearing up to enter this end of first act, basically, is what it feels like we're gearing up to be going into. Which makes sense. We are into the 20s in terms of chapters, so we're getting pretty decently
crazy, yeah.
So first off, we have even more. Technically, we have even more of the guy who I thought would not be in this for more than a chapter. The Joshu looking guy. Also known as he's actually Joshu, and we have no evidence otherwise.
Yes.
But it turns out that this is actually Charming Man, using his ability.
This was so fun, yeah.
I did not even think that until the reveal.
I didn't either, and then now going back through it, I'm like, oh, he's having fun in the... in the office and stuff like that.
He's messing around in the office. I just assumed that's how this guy acted, but now I understand. I see.
I definitely am. I mentioned it last chapter, but in case people didn't watch it, I just want to say it again because it's mentioned here again. I definitely think that the Dolphin Bank is a reference to Green Dolphin Street.
I feel like just a small little nod. It's not. I don't think it's going to mean anything.
No, I don't think it's going to mean anything. I just think it's more of a parallels to
It's
part 5
like
and
how
part
they
6.
brought back the Speedwagon Foundation at the end of part 8. It didn't really mean anything. And
Yeah, that was crazy. That was so random. Like,
there.
I know we talked about that before. Crazy.
That's a cool little moment, and I'm guessing it could just be something unrelated to dolphins. Who knows? But I want to believe that it is Green Dolphin Street Prison.
Yes.
Except it's bank.
It's so funny here when he starts just like screaming at the Joshu guy's wife or whatever.
Oh yeah. he has to fake having a conversation with this guy's wife, and it's really funny. No, but I think I think it's really cool how we're getting to see Big Mouth Strikes Again used more. We kind of missed it, like the whole last arc. It wasn't really like used.
Not really at all. So it's really cool, especially with like heist type stuff. It's really cool to have a character that can literally just transform.
I was really scared for a moment because the only time it was used during the Bags Groove part was to like put his eyeball inside, I want to say Dragona, maybe Usagi, whatever. But I was worried that the illusion stuff was just going to get dropped or whatever, and it was just going to be he becomes Sandman. But no, we are back into it.
He's not Sandman, he's the chameleon from the Craven movie.
The Hunter, available now.
We saw Craven the movie.
It's the best movie of all time, I think, personally. I will be expecting nobody in the comments to say anything.
Everyone, say your favorite part of Craven the Hunter in the comments down below.
Better not say anything negative at all, or you will be blocked from the JoJo Overdrive channel. Thank you very much. No, but we are getting more information as to the inner workings of Howler. That's pretty much, this chapter is entirely pretty much exposition for what the next arc is gonna be. We have. There's a lot of details, but. So it looks like the reason why they snuck in and Charming Man disguised himself as Joshu, not Joshu, was to like reset the like access codes to the entire security for something they're gonna do later. They haven't like totally specified, but they're like, we're just gonna keep this in our back pocket. Now we have all the access to this entire facility for later. It's basically they own this bank now, pretty much. So. I don't know when that's going to be brought back up, but the gang's getting pretty goddamn powerful at the moment. Like, Jodio said at the beginning of the part that he was getting filthy rich, and this is already pretty filthy rich as it is, so I cannot fathom how much richer he's going to get past this point.
I think this chapter has fully converted me into a Howler as the main villain. Acca Howler is the main villain later.
Unless it's some twist villain and Howler ends up somehow, not even like teaming up, maybe being like a Diego position-esque, but it's either that or he's the main villain. I don't see any other way. He has, it just feels like it so much. Then we go into the section where we're talking back with Meryl. And Usagi references The Walking Dead, which thank you, Usagi, for the timely pop culture reference. Do people still watch like the Walking Dead shows in the
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I thought the most recent stuff was like bombing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I see a billion memes about the original Walking Dead. I've never seen Walking Dead, but so I guess it's still somewhat relevant. I guess Usagi. I was just thinking it was weird. It's like in the year of our Lord. When does this take place? Like 2022, I think. You're talking about the Walking Dead, Usagi. You gotta catch up. You gotta catch up on the times. Everyone's into the amazing digital circus now. Okay, Usagi. Jesus Christ, get with the goddamn times.
I think Usagi's more of a skivity toilet kind of person.
That's true. He plays Fortnite, and he gets the skivity toilet collab available now. So. They actually did bring Lulu with them, like all the way. It wasn't like they just like met up with her outside the building. They took her with them.
I need to see like the scenes in between of like car ride back to Meryl make we need an edit
GIF.
When you're editing it, edit like a freaking the GIF or whatever.
I'll put it on the car ride back after killing Bobby G. So. There's this really wild panel where it's huge Meryl and tiny Lulu side by side, and Meryl's head is like 3 times the volume of Lulu's head, and it is
Meryl is definitely the Pulpo analog.
It has to be. I see no other way.
I love the speech bubble here when it goes about Howler.
I assume Howler is also like that in the original Japanese version too. I assume it has.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's edited or anything.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
It's fun to see more emojis back in the series.
Yes, we need the emojis back.
And then Lulu's very upset about Bobby Jean. Wham, wham, Bobby Jean's dead. Wham, wham, wham. He didn't even care about you, Lulu. This is for your own good. God damn it.
True.
And supposedly no one else knows about these people. Supposedly, which we get a bit more confirmation later on from more of Howler, but it seems like these two were the only two currently sent to investigate. So it seems like for now the team's in the clear, but the final page will tell us otherwise. But we get more general stuff that we already knew about the lava rock, but it's at this point Meryl is like finally convinced that the lava rock's rule is like absolute, like it has like total power, and so they're moving into like the end game of their plan.
Yeah.
Which is current objective survive is the
me looking at them doing the last part of their plan, me looking at the chapter count, this doesn't add up right now.
me remembering Jodio being like, no matter how many people we had, it didn't matter.
Yeah. Oh my god, that is never getting brought up ever again.
I'm a believer. No, I'm a believer. I'm believing that that's talking about all of.
That was 100% talking about Rohan.
No.
Yes.
I want to believe. I want to believe
too,
image
but...
of Flashback Man on the UFO. Something violence as a currency. Thank you, Meryl, for explaining how rich people work. I appreciate it. And then it's basically just they have to live for a week. They have to like hold on to the money for a week, as I assume Howler is going to be sending a bunch of people after them. I don't know how. Do you think this whole 7 days thing is just the 3 stand users we're about to encounter, or do you think
probably? And the minute I read that, I was like, Drake is gonna want to kill himself. That there's a countdown.
Yeah, I know. I didn't look. No, it's not going to be like last time, okay? It's not going to lead to
next chapter is going to be like the countdown, 4 days out. The next chapter after
4
that,
days until
18 days until.
It's going to go up. It's going to go up.
It's going to just waver every up and down.
And the final chapter is going to be like 2 days before the countdown. It's going to be like everything was actually good. We're good. We're nothing.
Exactly.
Happened. I hate you, JOJOLands! I don't hate you. For newcomers, I don't know why you're starting with chapter 21. But welcome. We have a full JOJOLands retrospective if you actually want to see our thoughts on it, and it's like 5 hours long. Have fun.
Yes.
And then we get back to the GOAT, Acca Howler. Woo!
Acca Howler.
He's currently in a limousine and being harassed by approximately 5,000 people. For probably good reason, it would seem. It seems this guy is not exactly a very good guy, according to what these guys are saying. Now, Howler is denying all of these claims, but it's actually kind of hard to tell because we haven't known this character for long enough, and like we don't fully know the ins and outs of Howler. They're obviously villainous, but like when Howler says they're all rumors, I'm like, what if they are right? What if this is some weird thing with the lava rock trying to take all his money away or something like that? Did he actually do all of these things? Is he actually just
I didn't think about that, yeah.
Like, is he actually just like an honest businessman? Some people may say there's no such thing as an honest businessman. Okay, can we just like engage with the story for a second? All right.
I don't think he's an honest businessman. I think there's certain things like I think
sleazy for sure.
I think when it says that they like all the stuff like Howler family used their deep connections with the munitions industry to legally require stuff like that, I think is real. But then I think I also think these actions, like the stuff that's happening specifically with all the people around his car and stuff, that I think is happening because of the lava rock. Okay, that makes sense. And
one
little thing at the beginning here, at the very first like panel, he's like, I think taking some kind of like drug or anything. Do you think that is gonna mean anything, or do you think that's just a throwaway thing?
I think that's just basically Araki's version of an establishing shot where it's setting up his character and that he's
Yeah.
Araki is a drugs equal villain and bad type of person. That was what the entirety of part 5 was about. So it's probably just more set up that this guy is not a good person.
Yeah, I just didn't know specifically if that would be something he'd bring in later and be like, Acca actually runs a...
He has drops from Penguin.
Exactly,
Penguin
he's
show.
literally the Penguin. Araki watched the Penguin and he was like, oh my god.
Oh my god, I gotta get this guy. I hope the dub of JOJOLands in the year 2077 has Acca talking like Penguin.
They get Colin Farrell as Acca Howler.
Hey, it's me, Howler. I gotta get my land back. That's how he's gonna talk. It's real. It's true.
Leather Rock, Jodio.
No, but I probably am looking into this too deeply. He probably is just a very, very bad person, and all these people are justified in their.
I do think he's a bad person. I just think that there's still a level of it that is the lava rock.
It has to be at some point, right? Like,
yeah.
Who knows? And
also,
then,
small thing.
Yeah.
They changed how much, what generation he is of a leader in the Acca family or whatever. Howler family.
I didn't notice that.
In the original chapter, he was the 6th generation leader,
now he's
now he's the 8th generation, and they changed that retroactively in the volume that they just released, and because it was relevant.
Well, that's good. So, that's good at least. Okay.
It doesn't mean much, but maybe it was just he actually looked at, because I think he said oh, this character went to Hawaii from Italy in whatever year, and maybe he actually ended up doing the math and he was like, wait a minute, that doesn't really make sense to make him a 6th generation.
And also there's something here I was about to mention where he talks about how because he's the 8th generation, it says, quote, my name is H, because H is the 8th letter, but with the Italian pronunciation Acca, I assume then in Italian the name is spelled with an H. I assume that's what he's talking about. He doesn't mean Howler, because everyone in their family was named Howler. Editor Drake here from the future. Acca is literally H in Italian. It's not like a spelling or anything. It's the Italian word for H is Acca. So that's what he meant by that. Okay. Oh, back to the video. I assume. I was just a bit confused about this part because he says that something in his name.
Acca Howler.
Yeah. I don't know enough about Italian to understand fully this section if he's talking about Howler or Acca, but Howler, that still makes sense. That's the surname.
And seeing a lot more of him this chapter, I'm even more convinced that he could be related to Gyro in a way, because that beard, man.
And he keeps mentioning his ancestors from Italy.
Yeah, the Italians. Italian.
Constant. Maybe his stand has something to do with spin. Hell, that could be an interesting.
That would be cool.
A twist. No, but we get introduced to a set of characters that from first glance you're like, these are stand users. You're like,
yes,
this is it. This is our next set of villains, and it looks like from how they're introduced, they could be attacking them all at once with a group of 3. We've seen a lot of duo groups in JoJo, but a trio of villains attacking the protagonist? That's a lot of characters to keep.
Yeah, I'm like duos we see very often.
Yes,
I mean, part 5 is just full, and we literally
I'm trying to remember last time we had 3 villains at the same time attack them. Maybe they'll split off. We're about to see one of their stand abilities seems like mostly utility, so I assume they'll be.
It could be that it would be 1v2s or something.
Maybe it's
2 of the group versus 1, 2 of the group versus 1.
Maybe it's just hard to tell. It's just kind of
Yeah, you were right. The one stand that was wasn't even we don't know.
Stand,
or was it? To me, what that we'll get into that more later. But what it reminded me of with the tracking thing or whatever, that reminded me of the space rods or whatever in part 6.
Yeah, but even the sky rods or whatever. Yeah,
sky rods,
even those were still being controlled by a stand.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
If you're saying this is closer to something like Mrs. Robinson, which is just complete mastery over a certain type of animal, or rock animals or anything like that, It could be. We'll have to see. We'll see once we get a stand name or a stand page. So, but
Yeah.
for now we don't know. But for now, we're introduced to these the government agents, various different occupations. We got a lawyer, and we got a cop, and we got a firefighter. I think the firefighter guy looks funny. I like him a lot. He has a cool coat.
The firefighter's guy's face reminds me of King Crimson.
If you
Right?
take away the nose, it's literally just King Crimson. It's so funny.
These character designs are amazing.
Yeah. Oh, they're great.
They're
This
really
is a
good.
Great set.
They're like some of the best of the whole part. When I saw them immediately, they definitely are the. I wonder who the stand users are.
I think it's really funny that the supposed police officer character is like, imagine seeing that one as a cop. Like, what are you doing? Like, bro, that would be the
Scream and run
craziest,
away.
like, undercover design of all. They would never let someone, like, wear that. Like, that's actually insane. The full facial tattoo, too.
I just noticed this, and we know that Bobby Jean was, like, a part of this group or whatever, that it was, like, probably a group of 4, because they mention him and stuff. And I noticed that the police officer character has a gun. Do you think potentially her stand could be a, like, sister stand to Glory Days?
I mean, maybe. I mean, there's always the chance. That could be cool if there's somehow...
Like, similar, or just using a gun?
Because it says they were friends or whatever. It said the whole reason why they're here is because Bobby Jean died.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, yeah.
And assuming the translation is accurate, that they state that he wasn't, like, their partner or anything. He just says that he was their friend. I don't know. They could just be lying. But, for now, we'll take it as fact. And so, it's... They might have, like, worked together as, like, a 4-man squad. Who knows?
Yes. Key West, Lame Shebang, and Ningbo.
Haven't done any research into if any of these are references. I assume they all are, if I had to.
Key West is a location, right?
If it's a that sounds.
Yeah, I knew I was right. It's in Florida.
Oh.
So,
yeah, no.
Port
It's
Six
off the
Footprints?
Florida Keys, like the
Yes.
Beach Boy in the Beach Boys song.
It's an island in the Strait
and
of
also
Florida.
the real place. Editor Drake here for a second time. Ooh, new record. All of these new characters are named after different port cities from Florida, we already mentioned, and then the other 2 are from China and Thailand. So they're not actually song references. They are different cities. Nice to see a Rocky shake it up. Back to the video. Interesting. Maybe there's, if it's a location, then there's probably some, like, random album or something named after it. Either that, or he's switching it up and just doing something random because he wants to, which he's done before.
What do you think the theory means on lame shebang? Is there I was trying to think of songs with, like, fury in them.
I do not know. I've never heard of that before. It's probably something, either that, or it was based off of some random piece of fashion that he saw and was like, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Either way,
and the firefighter Ningbo, we definitely get the least about, like, what his character is. Like, his design doesn't give very much. He's just kind of like a...
I like it, though. He's my favorite.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah, I like
I think Key West design is my favorite out of them, but then Ningbo is definitely number 2. I like Lang Shebangs, but it's a little busy.
Yeah, it's a little much, but I think it's the worst.
She's got the Anasui net, too.
It does, yeah! I like how it's the Anasui net and, not just, like, the real-life thing from real-life fishnets.
How many people have you seen wearing full, like, fishnet shirts?
That's true. That's fair. A cop wearing full fishnet? Crazy. This is crazy. The only hint at a stand ability, or not stand ability, that we get is, oh my god, what's her name? Lame Shebang. That's a wild name. It's this really cool effect. We're on her glasses, like these little, like, worms or something, like culminate into a map.
The nematodes.
Yeah. It like assimilates into, like, a map, and it shows whoever's, like, scared or whatever. And it's saying right now that Acca is scared right now. Like, he's frightened. So clearly whatever Jodio and the gang have been doing, he's been shook by it. He has been very affected. But he's going to take care. They're going to take care of the situation supposedly. And Acca does not. I didn't mention this. Acca does not even know these people, which is pretty crazy. He actually has no idea who these people are. He's just assuming that they say they want to work with him because they were friends with Bobby Jean. But I don't know if there's someone else at Acca who's working behind the scenes who maybe they'll become the main villain. But for the time being, we'll just assume that everyone here is telling the exact truth. Which is it's pretty cool seeing all of the Howler villains so far have had really good designs. I've been a fan. Do we think that in the next encounter Lulu is going to be a part of the squad, or maybe even a permanent member?
Well, I don't even know what's gonna happen to Lulu. Lulu feels like such a loose end now that I don't even know. I mean, obviously it's gonna be followed up on. I just don't even know what. She didn't really do anything this chapter, so.
Yeah, she just gave a tiny bit of information, and that was about it.
Yeah.
The last time I remember something like this happening was with in part 3, Enya, the fortune teller lady or whatever. They kept her alive after her fight, but then she got killed. She got murdered by.
They're not gonna kill Lulu.
That's what I'm saying. Last time this happened, she was around for a tiny bit, but then she died immediately after. But I don't see that happening to her.
I don't think she's gonna become a member of the gang either. I think her loyalties are with Bobby Jean.
Bobby Jean is very dead though.
No, I know, but that doesn't mean anything. Just because they're dead doesn't mean she's still not loyal to him and that group or whatever.
That's true. We're in a very unique situation with Lulu, where we have nothing to really predict off of here. It can go pretty much any way.
Also, story-wise, I don't know how much he wants to just reuse her stand in another battle or anything. I don't really think that's not Araki's style.
I mean, again, the Charming Man is on the team, and that the exact same thing pretty much happened. This is literally exactly what happened with Charming Man. They brought him back to me.
Yeah, but Charming Man, they didn't kill his mentor in front of him.
That's true.
So not really the same thing.
That's true. You got a point there. Yeah, I guess you're right. And then in the final section of this chapter, we get something that I thought I didn't realize would be actually a significant part of the story. Was that when Bobby Jean randomly searched up Paco back in their fight or whatever, that was actually important. That was they were able to track that search history, and that's their lead onto who they have to find. So they now are looking for Paco. Usually when that kind of stuff happens, it's just for exposition for the sake of the audience or whatever. Like in part 5 when Illusio, Mr. Man in the Mirror guy, he looks up Fugo's file or whatever, and it's pretty much for audience exposition to be oh, here's information about Fugo. But it doesn't come back. It's not oh, those documents that Illusio held sure were important, we need to get them back. But no, apparently that little exposition part we got was actually important. Good on you, Araki. Very, very cool moment.
This is a small thing, but Lame Shebang's design reminded me a lot of Urban Gorilla.
Yeah. From
part 8, and that's just an interesting the motifs he likes. He loves his goggles.
Yeah. I mean, hey, they look pretty cool. They're half goggles, half glasses.
It's weird because from far away it looks like she's wearing a helmet almost, or a hat, with the glasses attached. But then on the close-up, it's glasses without the top of it, and it's is she bald or something?
She's not even bald. She's half bald. She had the hair on the top of her head is gone, but she still has. You can.
Yeah, but she has it on the side. That's so weird.
Yeah. It's very strange, very unique design. I like it though. I think there are much worse ways to make a super over the top design. I think it's still good. I do like the other two designs a good chunk more though. Love me a good long coat.
I love the panel we get of all three of them striking the pose or whatever.
Yeah, that's
great. That's classic. Great. I can already that panel specifically. I can already see it in the anime.
Oh yeah. Don't even talk about the anime, man. It's gonna. I can't think about that for that long. That's crazy. I mean, that's about all I have to say on this chapter. What did you guys think of the chapter? Leave it in the comments what you thought about these new. Who's your favorite out of the new 3 stand users? Leave that down below. Leave a comment. No, but yeah, this is a very, very cool time to be a JoJo fan. It really feels like we're out of the slump. The chapters are still very good. I wanted to mention,
did we know that Paco was in the military before? Because I did not even remember that.
That's what I meant by before Bobby Jean. This was the exact thing he looked up. Like, that was the exposition that he gave.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I didn't even remember that he was in the military.
Yeah, no, he was. That's what we got revealed last time they looked up Paco. That's why I was so shocked that it wasn't just exposition. I was like, oh, it actually got brought up again. Cool. No, yeah, we knew all that. I don't know if it's gonna mean anything more.
But now it's revealed to Acca, so Acca knows how to. Well, he knows one of the group members to track down, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yes.
So, yeah, we got our main villain. We're gonna have in the thumbnail JOJOLands main villain revealed.
As if he wasn't revealed like 10 chapters ago.
And like all of the other YouTubers, you know, they didn't wait like us.
Exactly. We're patient. Now we know.
Now we 100% know he's the main
villain. Now we know the main villain is Ningbo, and he's
Ningbo.
Now we can point to him in the thumbnail and be like, main villain discovered. He's a cool guy. He's a firefighter. There will be only Ningbo praise from now on. I will not tolerate anything less. That's all I have to say. That's it. We're done here. Another JoJoLands chapter release, another JoJoLands chapter reviewed, and we're done.
Go watch our mailbag video we just did, and go watch the part 1 retrospective.
Go watch all the other videos we did.
Every video on the channel.
Actually, watch them. There's actually a secret Easter egg on YouTube where if they detect that you've seen every single JoJo Overdrive video, they give you a special badge on your channel that says True.
It's true. If you comment JoJo Overdrive Patreon on all of our videos, that
and
actually
they also
unlocks.
send you $100 for every time you comment JoJo Overdrive. I'm a JoJo Overdrive Patriot.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you everybody for watching. This is JoJo Overdrive signing off.
Shake it like it's heat, overdrive. Coming through now. Coming through now. Coming through. Watch where you're going, overdrive. Left the downside, up the top notch, whatever haters do. Hot top.